across the board, what brings two people together and builds a bond? And there's three things that have to be present. And one is positivity, and we can talk more about these if we want to go deeper on those, but that's basically good feelings. Like we want to enjoy the people we're with. We want to feel good about ourselves and our lives for having been with them. The second one is consistency. So that's our interaction. That's our regularity. That's our history building. That's also the one that leads to trust. We feel like we can depend on each other. The more we feel like we create expectations of each other the more we see each other, and that is what makes trust. And then there is vulnerability. And vulnerability is the sharing of our stories. It's the getting to know each other. It's the feeling seen. And so when we look at those three things, like I can guarantee you, even if you don't know those three things, every relationship that you've ever created in your life that feels good is because those three things are present. And conversely, any relationship that doesn't feel good right now, it's because one of those three things is in lack. So I teach a triangle, and all relationships start at the bottom of the triangle where we're friendly. So we're friendly, we're the positivity, we're kind, we're social, like yes. And you move up the triangle as you increase consistency and positivity. And so only a few relationships, hopefully, I mean, we'll make it up to the top because we can't be that consistent and that vulnerable with like everybody. So the bulk of our relationships will be in the middle of this triangle. And I think it's really important to realize that takes a lot more energy at the bottom of the triangle. Like if you're going out and meeting people at the bottom, it's new, it's unfamiliar, we have to kind of get dressed up, we don't know each other, we're asking questions, there's a lot more.
There's a little bit of posing.
Yeah, there is.
And put your best foot forward.
Yeah, and you're still trying to figure out, do they like me? And we have all of our insecurities, and we don't know each other yet. And so it's a little bit like exercise. I always compare it to like exercise, where you can't just go once or twice and be like, it didn't work.
You know, build up your stamina.
Yeah, I mean, it really takes, you have to go for months and consistently before you kind of get the payoff of like that better health. And relationships are very much the same. We often go out and we go one night with some people we just barely know, and we're like, that was okay, but it wasn't worth the energy. But they don't realize that if the more we do that, the higher the payoff is down the road, because those people end up giving us a lot more energy when it gets to that place where it's comfortable and it's intimate and it's safe, and I don't have the pretense up anymore. The research is showing, interestingly enough, that like, for example, you don't have to have political views in common, which most people though are just like, oh no, I have to, or worldview or religion, like, or you don't have to both be moms. And like we have created a belief that we have to have things in common and that we're looking for our twin. And the research does not bear out that you have to have these certain things in common in order to be close. No more so than if you have to have the exact same name, and you and I would be like the loneliest people in the world. Like, looking, where's Shasta's? Where's Kaamna?
I have like three Kaamnas out there, and I love you all.
So I mean, we need to realize that at the end of the day, chemistry, if it helps kind of be a gasoline that helps you create positivity and consistency and vulnerability, then that's fabulous. But we all have great examples of people that we got close to that we wouldn't have never predicted at the beginning. What we're realizing is that you're going to disappoint me. I'm not going to live up to your expectations. I'm going to say something that hurts your feelings. You know, I mean, one of us is going to have a aging parent that we have to care for, and that we're not present, and I'm not there for you. I mean, that stuff's going to happen. And the bigger issue is, am I making enough deposits? 5 deposits for every withdrawal that I'm making, in essence. And so we want to make sure that, and positivity we can always add. You know, that's gratitude, that's humor, that's affirmation, that's touch, that's hugs, that's acts of service, that's expressing, like cheering for you, showing up at events for you, but you know, like those are all things that add positivity. So we're not talking about being Pollyanna. We're talking about the net effect of feeling supported and good. In any particular relationship. Where you can go to ShastaNelson.com or girlfriendcircles.com, either one, and at the top is a friendtimacy quiz, and you can answer 30 questions, and it will give you a score in the area of positivity, consistency, and vulnerability in your friendships, so that you see which one of the 3 you probably need to show up more in your friendships that would make the biggest difference to making you feel closer to people. So that would be a fun, easy way to go kind of say, okay, I need to work on positivity in my friendships, or vulnerability, or whatever.
That I know. I'm consistent as hell. I'm gonna be a pain in the ass.
But so that would be a good resource. The books.
And they will also be, as always, on KaamnaLive.com in the resources section under this particular episode. Shasta, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For your time.